Nice Aston Martin. I have no idea what this is. This is a V12 apparently. Nice. Yeah, I know. I haven't posted up anything for the last couple of weeks, but there's a good reason for it. Just been super busy with work, so no matter how much you guys might not like the idea, but my job always takes precedence over the motovlogging thing. So yep, no videos for the last 2 weeks. I've just been too busy, and also I didn't have any decent material to edit and put together, so not that my material's decent in the first place. But yeah, so what's new? Not a lot really. The weather's been crap. There's been no fun whatsoever, and I haven't really been riding at all either, so just been extremely busy with life and other things on the side that I'm trying to arrange, which hopefully you should benefit from as well. Yeah, on the subject of work, I've had some really bad news, and sad news actually, because it doesn't necessarily affect me so much, but the local Born End bike shop is shutting down after almost 20 years of good service and you know, help to the local community, which is a great shame, because I spent a lot of my time there as a young kid, and yeah, just, you know, the guy who owns it, Richard Key, he's you know, he was a great help to me when I was younger. Got me into biking and always helped me with bits and bobs, servicing and parts, and he's just one of those people that, you know, he's always been there for the community, and it's such a shame that the shop is closing down simply because you can't keep up with the online retailers. Chain Reaction, Wiggle, they just sell parts and bikes at such low prices that it just screws over the little man in the local bike shop. They just simply can't compete. The annoying thing is that, you know, if you walked into a bike shop, you might not necessarily see what you want on display, but you know, they can order it in. And I think this problem stems from the fact that people are just getting lazier and lazier, and they're like, oh, I'll just buy it online, it's just easier and it's cheaper. Yeah, it is, mate, but look at the bigger picture. You know, you're always complaining, oh, there's no shops on the local high streets and blah blah blah, and like you get charity shops moving in and blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, because basically the way I understand it is you get a local hospice shop or local charity shop, Heart Foundation, whatever you want to call it, and therefore the landlord thinks, oh yeah, I'm going to hike the rent up because they can afford it, and that means that all the other landlords that have a business renting their premises on the high street or local area think, oh yeah, I'm going to hike my rent up as well, because they can afford it. Obviously, if a hospice shop can afford it, then so can they. And so that basically drives businesses out of high streets to an extent. So you end up with these barren landscapes like in High Wycombe, where most of the shops now are like crappy £1 shops, charity shops, or cash converter sort of money loan type places, and it just doesn't do the community any good, because you've got there's nothing there to satisfy local demand. I remember a time when in High Wycombe you had loads of music shops, loads of guitar shops, and all of a sudden paradiddles disappeared. I bet it was one of the smaller shops, and they weren't selling, you know, the high-end sort of spectrum of instruments that you would expect. Then Rainbow Bridge disappeared, and that was a good shop. I bought a couple of guitars from there, and then that disappeared. And then what else? Yeah, no, there was a couple of others, but they're all gone. And the same with the local venues, like all the pubs and things like that, all gone, all gone. The only pubs that are open now are your local chain pubs, which make a food, you know, the food and beer package for £5 or whatever. But there's no music venues left, and Wickham was great for music venues once upon a time. You could always, you know, on a Saturday, you'd always go down to White Horse or Nag's Head, watch a couple of bands, have a good time. That's what it was all about. But now, it's fuck all. Nothing. And so this is now started to expand into the smaller villages around my area, and the shops are just shutting down. In particular, this bike shop, which is called On Two Wheels, which I've been a client, a friend. You know, I've been a client and a friend for years, and Richard's always been extremely helpful to all the local kids. We had a trials team, you know, there was always something going on for us. You know, we'd go to school, finish at 4, whatever, meet up at the shop and go for a ride. And this was before, you know, mobile phones. I didn't text, I just went down there, waited around for a little while. It was always certain someone would turn up, and we'd go for a good old ride every day for, I don't know, probably about 7 years, you know. And that shop contributed to shaping friendships which I'm still, you know, sort of part of today. A circle of friends that never dies. Yeah, it's just I'm gutted, man. Like, yeah, I wish there was something I can do. But it's kind of a sign that the online shopping thing is, you know, taking over people's lives so much that they just don't care about the local little man. You know, people are even doing their shopping online. Rather than getting up and going to buy their own food, they just get someone else to pick it and pack it for them now, and just pay for delivery. Fine, I understand some people do it because they don't have time to go and shop, and it just opens up time for them to go to the gym or, you know, keep fit, and I don't blame them for that. You know, keeping fit and healthy is an important thing. It's an important part of life these days. But still, if you can, you know, go and shop locally. Go and have a coffee at your local coffee shop. Don't go to one of those high street chains which suck the life out of the local area, push people out of their businesses, and also don't pay tax. Because I think you'll find that if you go to one of your local family run businesses, you'll get a much better service, a much better product, and, you know, they're always there to sort of, you know, they'll be there for you. If you're a little short of change and you can't afford coffee, likelihood is they'll be like, oh, just, you know, it's on us this time, mate, don't worry about it. And yeah, nice. The shop is shutting on Wednesday, so if there's any local guys that are after any parts, any inner tubes or anything like that, or any servicing, head down there by Wednesday 26th, and yeah, you should be able to get some pretty good deals since the shop is in a closing sale. But yeah, just support your local businesses, because, you know, when they're gone, they're not coming back, and you're not going to get the same level of service from, you know, the big chain brands, the big distribution centres, or distributor retailer type things, type companies. Yeah, just, it's a bit of a wake-up call really, because, you know, all our towns are being taken over by these big chains, and you think, oh yeah, great, you know, you get the regular service and blah blah blah, but the quality is shocking. Like, I've been and had coffees in, you know, some of the bigger chains, American chains, which pretend to be Italian coffee shops, and it's just filth. You know, I'll drink the coffee, and after about half an hour I'm sat on the toilet, you know, blowing out my arsehole, because it's just filth. And they don't even taste that good. I don't know why people, like, swear by them. You know, you get places like Satollo who are just brilliant. You know, they're friendly service, always up for a laugh. You go there, yeah, you might have to wait a little while because they make everything fresh, but it's well worth the wait. Anyway, there we go, look. That's where we're going. See what they've got. Cannondale's gone. Right, we'll catch up in a minute. None of those bikes are my size, so I'm going home empty-handed. Yeah, it's a real shame. Unfortunately, there's, you know, if the bike's not the right size for me, there's no point in me buying it. I'm not going to get the, you know, I'm going to make the most out of it. So, unfortunately, I had to walk away empty-handed, which is really quite annoying. So, like I said, I've got a road bike, I just don't get on with it. So, I'm just going to switch to a mountain bike, softer, more enjoyable to ride. At least I can pull some sick wheelies. I can pull some dank wheelies and do some stoppies. Bike life, yo! But, yeah, well. Oh well. What the fuck are you doing? Right. I'm going to console myself with some Italian coffee, proper Italian coffee, none of this high street bullshit, and a nice sandwich, I think. I need to eat anyway. 30 miles an hour in the national speed limit for no reason, other than he's a prick. Do you know what, it is really nice to be back out on the bike though. I did miss it for quite a while. I started getting withdrawal symptoms. I was dreaming about it, man. Hey. He's just staring. Kids for some reason just seem to like motorbikes. You wanna go? Whoa! Fucking pheasants.